Hello, in this video we'll talk about modules in Python, and we will see some examples of modules and what we mean by modules. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Okay, what is the modules? Modules is basically when you write a program in Python, you can, if the program is big and very large, you can divide your program, okay, and make it into several scripts, or you can put the program in several different files, Python files, okay? So what's going to happen in this case, you can group your code in the way that is related to each other, okay? And it's very, very important concept, and we're going to practice that at the end of this semester, actually. You will be able to use this program, that piece of program which is stored in a separate file or in a script, okay? You can use it and import it into different programs that might need the same type of functions. Okay, so in this case you will save time, and you don't have to go through debugging, and you don't have to go through a lot of probably wasting time of writing the code again and again. Okay, so usually in big programs, again, as I said, we write one file, but then if the program is bigger than that, it's like kind of too big. You want to break it down into different type of uh, uh, Python files or script. We call them modules, and these usually the modules has some information that are related to each other. Okay, in Python, so Python supports this concept of modules. Okay, so in order to be able to use this part of the program that you saved separately as a module, you can use it in any program by calling the import function or the import statement, and the import statement, after that you have to name the module name, and you will be able to access to all the functions that you have in this module that you developed by yourself in the other program, okay, by just using the dot notation. We're going to see an example. One of the modules that are popular in Python is the math module. Okay, so what is the math module? Math module is it's a program developed separately. It has a lot of functions that are advanced math function. It's not the basic ones that we saw so far, adding, multiplying, and dividing, and so on and so forth, the basic ones. These, they come with Python by itself. But there's some other functions that we would like to use. We don't have to write the program, we don't have to write the code for these functions by ourselves. We can simply import the math module, which has all these functions and methods, and we can utilize them without even rewriting them again. The good thing about it also, these methods and functions that are in the math module, they have been tested and they work perfectly. So we don't have to worry about them giving us some errors, or giving us some some type of like incorrect result. So that's a great thing also about writing modules. Okay, the simplest way to do it is just to make sure that if you want to use the advanced functions in the math module, you just want to make sure that you import the math module into your program, and you will be able to access to all the methods that we have in the math module. What type of methods and function we have in the math module? Well, we have tons of them, as you guys can see from here. Here is the name of the function, and here is the description of the function and what the function does. Okay, so let's take a look over here as we're going to take a look at some examples. We have the ceiling function. What does it do? It rounds up the value. Okay, do I have to write the function by myself? No, I don't have to write it. I just need to know how to use it and import the math module in my program. Okay, we also have, for example, the cosine over here. And we have the pi as a constant. I don't have to assign it to this value. I can just call the math module and say math.pi, and it's going to give me this value. Okay, and there's a lot of other functions that we see over here. The floor, for example, we have the square root. We're going to see an example in this video about using the square root. I don't have to write the code for the square root. I can simply just use the square root method from the math module. Okay, so let's take a look over here at this example. This is a very simple example. Okay, I just need to make a program. I'm gonna write it in PyCharm over here. Okay, and I'm gonna name it for example square root example. Okay, So I'm going to close this one. I still can open it if I want. I'm going to go to module number 2 and open a new Python file. I'm going to call it square root underscore example. Okay, what is this program is going to do? This program is going to ask the user for a number, and then it's going to calculate and find out what's the square root and display it, okay, as an output. It's very simple. Okay, well, can I do it without using the math module? Yes, I can, but it's probably going to take a lot of work from me. The easiest way to do it is to use the math module. How come the math module is going to be an easy way? Well, because we said that we have something called, where is it here? Square root. There's a method over here. I can use it directly, okay, without having to rewrite it again. So let me go ahead and start asking the user for the number. I'm going to say number equal to integer input, and then I'm going to say enter a number. Okay, so the user is going to enter the number. Now I'm going to calculate the number square root. Okay, the square root of this number. Okay, well, it's equal to what? Equal to math.squareroot, which is the method that I have. Okay, well, in order to use it, I have to go at the beginning over here and say import. Import what? Math. You see, even PyCharm recognize it. It's there. Okay, so when I hit return, so I'm going to say import math. Look at it, it's in the gray color because I haven't used it yet, but once I use it, it's going to change the color. Okay, so I'm going to say num underscore square root, which is going to hold the result of the square root of the number entered by the user. It's going to be equal to math dot, and pay attention, once I said dot, it listed to me all the methods that are in this module. Okay, I'm gonna, as I type, this list is gonna shrink. Okay, I'm gonna say the square root, and there's only one with the S and Q, and then I just have to put the one argument, which is the num I have. Okay, and then I'm gonna print the result. Okay, I'm gonna say the square root of num is num square root. Okay, and that's it. That's my program. Look at that. I was able to use the square root over here method from the math after I imported the math module over here. Okay, let me run the program. And here I'm going to enter a number. I'm going to say 47. The square root is 6.85, and so on and so forth. Let me run it again with, for example, 48. The square, oh, I was trying to do actually 49. Here you go. 49. The square root is 7. And that's it about it. Try this one in PyCharm and take a look over here. We did not have to implement the square root. We were able to use it because we imported it in our program. So any of the methods that we have in the math module, as you see them over here in this table, any one of them, I can use it in my program without needing to implement it. The only thing I need to do is to import it. Okay, and that's about it.